Palin
Michael
for
had a statement
for being ableist.
I never really.
Accent.
Go ahead and read your statement right now.
I never even thought of that, like that could be a problematic thing, but I guess
didn't?
it could be. No, I didn't even think about it while watching the movie. I thought maybe Michael Palin just did it so well. I was like,
he did it so well. That. He made you care about him, and it wasn't abusive. It was you had empathy for the character.
Yeah,
it was like a quirk of a character. It wasn't like
yeah,
it worked.
Yeah, it was loving.
That shit's hard to make work. That thing's hard to make work.
You know what else is really hard to make work?
Roman Polanski.
Being a good person,
he's not allowed to work in the U.S.
Being a director, that's really hard, apparently.
Is it?
Well, you know,
I'm pretty sure my boy Gore Verbinski doesn't struggle with that.
No, he does not. I think Gore is our unproblematic.
The big G.
King.
Are you seeing a Verbinski movie tonight?
It's the new one, right?
No, I'm not going to say it, but yeah, I do want to see it.
I'm looking forward to it.
It's a whole thing.
Okay.
It's a whole thing.
All right.
But Flame is going to go see Wuthering Whites.
Okay.
I'm saying that
good.
I'm not looking forward to it.
I'm going to drop off and I'm going to come back home.
Because, I mean, if you've read about like everything that's gone on with that movie, you would be mad too, Prag. But I'm gonna go
can't we
see
just watch the movies anymore and just watch the movie and not like have a whole statement read before the movie
and enjoy them?
Well, I think it's a pretty bad look. I think it's a pretty bad look.
I don't even know what it is. I'm not going to find out until I see it, and then I'm going to find out, and then I'll be sad.
I think before we talk about this movie, because I'm going to say a lot of positive things about this movie, just like cards on the table. A lot of positive things about this movie, but I want to go. I want to go into a little. I don't want it to be a rant, but like kind of like a discussion on separating art from artists, because obviously Josh Safdie, he is the director of this movie. The Safdie brothers, they used to be a duo, kind of like the Coen brothers. They used to make a lot of movies together. They make Good Time and Uncut Gems.
Yeah.
But they broke up about 2022. I think it was during COVID or a little bit after COVID. And not a lot of reports came out about why they broke up. I think everyone just assumed they just wanted to pursue different things. But recently it's been revealed that there was a reason that they broke up. And the reason was that on the set of, was it Good Time or Uncut Gems? I think
Good
it was
Good Time.
Was it Good Time?
Yeah, it happened twice, but yeah.
Yeah.
The Good Times was the original. Yeah.
I don't know you're going to have to inform me about the second time, because I only know about the first time, which was on Good Time. Essentially, Josh Safdie, he hired a guy, I can't remember his name. He had just come out of prison to play a role in the movie. And basically, this guy, they were looking for an actress to play a character in the movie as well. And this guy brought them a woman who was originally going to play a role in the movie. They shot a scene together, and essentially the actress was 17 years old. Josh Safdie knew she was 17, and still, with that knowledge, they shot a scene with the male actor that they'd hired and her. It was a nude scene. It was a sex scene. So right off the bat, that's bad.
Well, hold on. You're glossing over a very important part of that.
Yeah, go ahead.
The ex-con, he got this girl and said that she was going to be acting opposite Robert Pattinson.
That's right. Yes. It was like
that he was going to be in this scene, and when she showed up, he was not in the scene. He's like, okay, I'll take the place. But then everything else is as you said it. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So there are other coercive elements to it as well.
Yeah.
But on top of that, basically, the actor, and it was on camera, so Josh Safdie heard it and saw it. Basically, Josh Safdie was directing like the scene, and Benny Safdie, the other brother who didn't know she was 17, was in the corner with a boom mic. He was recording audio. Like he was holding the boom mic. Usually, when you're a boom mic operator, you don't have the headphones. Someone else has the headphones, but so it's not exactly clear if Benny Safdie heard what the male ex-con said. But it is clear that Josh Safdie knew. And basically what the ex-con said to her is he asked her if he could put it in during the scene. And Josh Safdie she said no, obviously, but Josh Safdie let the scene continue and finished it. The scene didn't end up in the final cut, but...
Because it wasn't a real scene.
What do you mean? Well, it wasn't a real scene in the movie? I thought it was a scene in the movie, but they cut it.
Was it?
That's what I...
Because my understanding was he just got her there to sleep with her because the whole, hey, you're going to act opposite Robert Pattinson in this one scene. And then, oh, Robert Pattinson's not here. I guess I'll take his place, which doesn't make sense logistically at all.
No, I thought he lied. Like, from what I read is that he lied to her. And he essentially just lied to her. And, because he wanted her in the movie and and they were looking for someone. They were looking for someone for that role. And he's like, she'd be perfect. And
what do they usually do? You get an adult to play somebody who's underage, right? Like, we all know what.
No, the character wasn't underage, from what I understand. Okay, the character wasn't underage.
Well, that's even worse, right?
Yes, exactly. Yes,
because we always have the Jodie Foster example, right? Because she at 14 played a prostitute in Taxi Driver, right?
Oh, I didn't know that. That's crazy.
There was no nudity, and
it was all implied.
But it was implied. Right, it was like he's going to save her. That's the scene she was in. But that's what they always do to rationalize stuff like this. But this is a totally different circumstance because first of all, you can't manipulate someone by telling them.
And she was on camera. She removed her clothes. So that's
right.
That's a big no-no. That's an underage. No-no.
So yeah, exactly. Situation. So, I think it's important to bring that up. And so Benny Safdie found out years later that she was 17 and Josh Safdie let it continue. I want to know, Tom, what the second incident is. Like, would you be able to go over that one?
Oh God, I'm going to be really to be honest, I don't remember that specific thing. I know he continued to work with them in Uncut Gems, and there was someone else in that movie that he ended up, I think, promising something or something like that. But he had a relationship with someone else during that movie and kind of just pushed away and goes through. So I think the first one is really bad. What we just talked about is really bad. The second one, I think he's more of just an asshole. I could be wrong. I think he's more of just kind of a dickhead thing to do. But obviously using his power, the whole power dynamic thing, whatever. I think that was more leaning on the second incident. But the first incident was the overwhelmingly just.
What was the fallout from that? There's been no repercussions.
Firstly, the brothers have split up, but now, the reporters only just come out about that. No one really knew about it. I think it was more of an insider secret.
The article came out 4 or 5 months ago.
Variety, I think. Was it Variety?
Variety,
released it? Yeah. But there was another article that came out before that, and that's why Benny Safdie split with his brother. Essentially, he found out she was 17. Josh Safdie let the scene continue, and he wasn't happy about it. He didn't want to work with his brother anymore.
Is Benny making films still?
Yeah, he made The Smashing Machine with
right. I read about that, and I've seen the original documentary for that. I really want to see that movie.
I've heard it's good.
It's a fascinating writer.
Yeah, I've heard it's quite really good. And Benny Safdie's a great actor. He's a really good actor. He's great in Oppenheimer. He's great in The Curse, even though I'm not in love with that show. But
that show fell apart so quick for me.
But
I wanted to love it so much too.
Yeah, I think he's good in it. But no, so Josh Safdie, and now that we've gotten that out of the way, Josh Safdie, not a great guy, and I think the way that you kind of have to think about movies that are made by bad people is that the product isn't the movie, isn't the person, right? So you have this movie, okay, it's a great product, I'm just going to put cards on the table. I think this is a fantastic film, and I think it's one of the best films to come out in a long, long, long time. But I mean, and Pragpro, I know you've made the argument in the past that a movie is a collaboration of hundreds of people, hundreds of artists.
It's a product of all those people, not just the leader. The leader is very important.
Yeah, agreed, 100%. And it's not, but to me, it's not satisfying enough an argument because it's still the creative,
why do we watch
drive.
This movie?
Listen, I'm going to say it's okay to watch this movie. This is my argument. I think it's fine to watch this movie. I think it's fine to watch Polanski movies as well.
Well, obviously,
because a product like Marty Supreme, it's innocent. Yeah. It's not like a living thing. It doesn't make decisions. It's just a product that we consume and that we evaluate, right? It doesn't have like it doesn't have a pulse. It's not a real person, right?
Okay, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
What if Jeffrey Epstein has a secret album that he recorded and nobody knows about it? It comes out, but it's banger,
it's a banger.
Bang after banger. You're like, I don't even want to hear it, but you keep hearing it and like, what the fuck is this? It's like crazy, man. And
I would still sing the praises of the art, but I'm not going to sing the praises of Josh Safdie, because I think being a director holds a certain level of I want to say, like, I think part of the job is being a good person. Like, I think part of the job of being a director is making sure the people on your sets are safe. I think part of being a good director is making sure that everyone on your crew is working in an environment that is safe. And so I would say that, like, and I even think, like, even though he directed this movie, and on a technical level, this movie is incredible, I think part of being a director is also, like, owning up to previous mistakes. I think part of being a director, like, I feel like being a director has a responsibility. And so I would say that Josh Safdie, even though he did some incredible stuff with this film, isn't a great director because he hasn't owned up to what he's done in the past, right? That's part of being a good director. Like, he hasn't evolved yet. You know what I mean? Like, maybe he might have evolved personally, but he hasn't made any, like, he's kept this a secret. He hasn't come out about it. He hasn't taken any responsibility. And I think that is a really important part about this job. And I'd never like argue for him to be nominated for Best Director or win it. I wouldn't want him to. I wouldn't want this film to win Best Picture, because Josh Safdie would be a recipient of that award because he's the producer of the movie. And I think being a producer as a job is also part of, optically, you have to keep up appearances and you have to make sure that everyone on your set is safe. And I think that's a really important part about the job of filmmaking, is, unfortunately, being a good person, being a professional. It's not professional what he did.
I disagree with that completely.
All right, go ahead, Tom. Tell him what you think.
I'm able to separate the art from the artist, but that's it. He can be good at his job, but just because he's good to the people he is at work doesn't mean he's a good person.
No, but I think being a part of being a director is being a good person.
No, I don't think it's true.
I think it's responsible.
I think if you work at a job, right? Not directing. Let's pick a different job. If you work at a restaurant and you're the manager and you're managing a whole, a staff, and you're keeping everyone happy, make sure everyone's safe, everyone's following health codes, but then you go home and you abuse your wife, abuse your kids, abuse the animals you live with. I don't think one.
I don't think he should be the manager of that restaurant anymore.
Well, he's good at his job. Then Safdie shouldn't be the director, then, right?
Yeah, that's right. I don't think he should have a platform.
Shouldn't have to get funded. Like, people shouldn't invest in people who are not good.
Yeah, I don't think he.
Because you're investing in a ship. Let me make an argument based on reality. If I'm spending $2 million to invest in a ship that I want to circumnavigate this channel and get this trade route or whatever, that's what a movie's like. You're sending an expedition. I'm not going to invest in a fucking shit captain that abuses people only sometimes, or maybe he did in the past, but we don't know.
Exactly. I think it's being a bad director, and I think what you said, he'd still be a bad manager because he's not a good person in his personal life. And
but you just said that if he's good at directing,
I'll tell you one thing.
Good person. There's some good to him.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying part of being a good director is being a good person. I don't think
right, but he's not a good person.
No, he's not a good person. In this
scenario,
yeah. Okay, right. That's what I'm saying. And I'm saying, like, that business owner that you're talking about, by abusing his wife in private, he has put everyone in public that he works with in public at risk. That's been
right. Right. Yes.
So I think it's all encompassing.
Okay.
Doesn't matter how good the chef is if he is cruel behind the scenes.
At the end of the day, we can still evaluate the art. And I think this. I think
because we want to give credit to all the other people who didn't abuse anyone, including
I do want to. I do want to take a time out and point out something very interesting and hilarious to me. Your background lines up perfectly with Marty Supreme's hair, and I keep looking at it, and it just looks. And then like it kind of melds into his shoulders too. So it's kind of like you lined it up perfectly.
I love that. Look at that. I never realized that. That's so funny.
So funny. Anyways,
yeah. Let's get, since we've gotten that out of the way. I don't know.
Yeah, we got to talk about this movie, right?
Yeah, because that out of the way, I think. Once we've separated that, say Josh Safdie's a bad person, all of that.
Yes.
Let's talk about this movie, which I think.
But then there's the other thing, man. Is here I am like, but I don't know Josh Safdie. Does Safdie have a side? Has there been a indictment? Has there been a trial?
Well, I think
because
there's
we're
enough
saying he's
evidence.
a bad person.
I think there's enough evidence.
But we don't do trials like that, JC. We don't. A justice system is there's not enough evidence to actually do the trial.
I think
you can't just say he's a bad person.
I don't know if he's a bad person yet.
Well, from this one incident, I think he's a bad person.
Yeah, and I think
Roman Polanski didn't go to jail. He's a bad person.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's a bad person yet. That's why we have trials. Otherwise, people would just be locked up based on.
But can you say Roman Polanski's a bad person?
But there's enough.
Roman Polanski has been tried in absentia, hasn't he? Or he was indicted in absentia.
I think there's enough.
He needs to face his charges. And if he did this, then Safdie, there should be no statute of limitation. Hold on, JC. Let me finish, and then you can speak. Mm-hmm. There should be no statute of limitations on this crime because what you're describing is a crime, and he should be charged, and he should have a trial. And if it turns out he didn't do it, or he can exonerate himself at trial, then he's not guilty. But right now, I wouldn't hire him and I wouldn't work with him because he's got this cloud over him. But if I had to write a document and sign it saying I think he's a bad person, yet I believe in the justice system.
I don't. And
I don't.
You don't believe in the justice system.
And listen,
JC, I can have somebody say something about you that you did, and then we can say JC's a bad person without a trial. Does that sound like a good idea? Because I can find someone to say some shit about you,
and then I can make my video like explaining why you're wrong, and then the
that's called a
consensus
trial.
Can change. But I'm trialing me with my own moral judgment. Doesn't matter. I don't believe judges are arbiters of moral good. And also, Hitler killed himself before he was tried. Do you think he was a good or bad person?
Ooh.
JC,
I'm right. You think he's a good person?
Do I think he's a good person? No. I know he's a bad person because he started.
He wasn't tried. He wasn't tried.
He was tried at the Nuremberg trial.
No, he wasn't.
The whole Nazi party was tried.
Yeah, but
the things he commanded was tried.
No,
all the things he does with. Of course it was. He was the leader. I know,
but he wasn't tried personally.
They put the party on trial. They put all the leadership on party
on trial. Yeah, they put other people.
But there was a trial. They didn't just say we all know Hitler's bad. Let's not have a Nuremberg trial. Why do we do the trial?
But there's a public trial for Josh Safdie.
It's not revenge. What you want is revenge. What I want is justice because order comes from justice.
But listen,
they did have the Nuremberg trial. They could have just said, well, we all see what happened here. But we didn't do that way. And that's the difference.
But there's a current public trial for Josh Safdie. His brother
I don't do public trials. I do real trials. His brother has
indicted him. He doesn't work with him anymore.
Okay, well, then
because of the incident that he knows.
And I'm taking this all in. And like I said, I wouldn't hire him.
Okay.
But I do believe that people are innocent until proven guilty.
I think he's been proven guilty.
Well, that would be a crazy world you would live in if we didn't do things like that.
I think enough
There'd be a
people...
lot of people. You know what a witch trial is? That's what the Salem witch trials were. That's what the Crucible was about by Henry Miller. We just scapegoat people sometimes. And I'm not saying this is the case, but what happens with not the Safdies that get hurt, it's the poor people get hurt. But the people who are the outsiders get hurt. And they point a finger and they throw them away and they don't have any recourse.
What I'm saying is this isn't just hearsay. Like me and Time have read the articles where multiple people have confirmed what happened on that set. Like it's confirmed. That's what happened.
Well, I haven't read
them. Now we can evaluate.
I haven't read.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I haven't
reviewed the evidence. I'm listening to you guys.
Yeah,
but I'm not saying that's my standard.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
And you can't have moving standards.
I don't have
that doesn't mean I'm going to invite him to babysit my kid if I had one or whatever.
No.
Or I'm not going to like hold him in like he's in check. He's not in checkmate. He's in like check. Right? You know what I'm saying?
But my argument then now is that I don't evaluate this art with that in mind. I just evaluate the art, right? Unless that personal context comes into this movie, which it doesn't really. Like, this movie is very separated from that. So
here's some additional stuff to that whole thing. Mm-hmm. So she was 17. The guy that was in that scene with her was not an actor.
No.
He was recently a prison releasee.
Mm-hmm.
And then it says here that they're both on set. Obviously, we knew that. And that Josh Safdies learned of the actress's age only after the scene, after she became traumatized, and they cut the scene. And then in 2022, Benny learned of her actual age, and that's what kind of caused the rift between the brothers. And then Josh blamed their producing partner for hiring her, so he pushed all the blame off of himself onto
I'll tell you what,
the producing guy.
He's responsible. Like
even though the producer guy was not.
He's a director
there at the same time. Yeah,
and I want him to be charged and indicted for it.
Me too.
Because like just saying he's a bad guy, and so like we had a public trial in the public sphere, and we don't like him, but then there's no real justice because there hasn't been.
Let's arrest him at a film festival. Let's do it. The Sundance Film Festival.
I don't want to get into this. I don't want to be acrimonious.
No, absolutely not. But again, I think it's fine to judge the art.
I don't want to
I think it's fine to judge the art.
I think we all agree about that.
Because I think art isn't a living, breathing thing. It doesn't have a mold.
We watch a lot of challenging stuff by a lot of challenging people, and like there's a lot of stuff that we watch, and it's like, it's tough, but like I'm glad that we get to talk about these things, and I respect all of your opinions.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm not trying to I'm just like throwing out another opinion.
I think it's important to talk about.
I feel unheard and pushed away.
No, I hear you.
Drowned out.
I hear you. It's complicated. Like, this is the thing.
It is complicated.
Things worthy of discussion are not so neat, and sometimes we have to talk about them. So I'm glad we keep talking about this.
So with that in mind, let's finally get to Marty Supreme, which is a movie that had a lot of marketing behind it before it came out. Specifically directed from Timothée Chalamet himself. I don't know if you guys saw interviews.
Can you explain that at all? Because I don't know anything.
Really? Okay. At all. So essentially, what Timothée Chalamet did is he went on a whole bunch of like online panel like shows and stuff, and he just started speaking really egotistically, just I deserve this Oscar. I'm the best, I'm the best actor of all time. I deserve this Oscar. And to me, it came across as a character, and then
was he channeling his character in the
promotional materials that he made? Okay. A24 has a video of him doing a marketing meeting with the other staffers. And that's where these sketches come from, the blimp and stuff. And it's kind of like a bit, but it's also like he's trying to get the vibe of Marty, the hustle.
Yeah. So the hustle, this sort of kind of hustle character is what he was going for with the marketing. Is they're trying to, obviously he does want to win the Oscar, but I think what they were trying to do is create this experience and this expectation before you get in. They want to get you on board with this character,
energy,
who is a fascinating character. And I found I found him annoying. I was like, this is really annoying, Timothy. I don't know if you're going to be able to justify this in the movie. And then I watched the movie, and he 100% did. But I don't know if you guys will agree with that. But I think
should we introduce a little bit what this movie is? It's a bioepic about a table tennis player in the mid 50s.
Is he a real person?
Loosely based on loosely based,
but this is not
loosely based. It's loosely based on a man named Marty Reisman, who was a table tennis player in the 50s when table tennis was getting more popular in the Asias and in the US. And basically, Josh Safdies read his bio, his memoir, ages ago. I think even before Good Time, and he's always been a fan of table tennis because apparently their parents would have table tennis people over like all the time when they were kids. Like table tennis was just something he grew up with. And he read Marty Reisman's memoir. But no, this movie is fictional though. Like it's being considered for the best original screenplay. Like it's not actually based on anything, but it was heavily inspired by Marty Reisman.
It's like a legendary bioepic, you know. You take the piece of a true story, like maybe Robin Hood has got some truths to it, but then you make
it's
it
like Forrest Gump. Yeah, like Forrest Gump. I this movie actually reminds
Hero's
me of
Journey,
or like now, after we've learned after years and years of lies and deception and greed and power hungry and abuse, Catch Me If You Can.
yes.
Because I thought I was like, it's dramatized a little bit, and now it's as years have passed by, it's entirely made up, and I'm like, God damn it, damn it, still a good movie though.
It's like these are movies that celebrate the hustle. It's more of like the characteristics of Marty that this movie's about. That got me fucking fired up when I saw this movie. This movie really got me fucking hyped, right? And because the beautiful table tennis scenes too, the athleticism,
the cinematography. Oh my god!
Just the characters are great.
Another example of that time is Black Klansman. I don't know if you saw that movie.
I have not seen that movie. No,
that's a good one.
Is that what the what's his name?
David Washington.
And who's Adam Driver?
Adam Driver as well.
Yes.
That most of that movie is made up, like just complete nonsense. But but it's a great movie.
I've heard it's really good.
Yeah, it's really funny, really just interesting.
It's good.
Says a lot of good stuff. But no, this movie, is essentially about Marty Mauser. That's his name in the movie. I love the name. He's a shoe salesman. He sells shoes on the side, but what he really is like a superstar table tennis player, and he's basically just trying to scrounge enough money to get to where he needs to go for the World Championships. World Championships. So it's told in two parts. Like the first part is the first championship, and then the second part's how he gets to the second championship, essentially. He has I don't want to say mistress, but like a love interest who has a husband, a flame that has a husband. The movie opened, like I thought was very daring. The movie opens like the title sequence is sperm heading to the egg, which is great. And then the egg turns into a ping pong ball and reveals the title. Amazing, just so conceptually interesting. But yeah, it's basically just how he uses his personality and his charisma to get where he needs to go to get to the tournament, because he essentially he has this belief about himself, like this unshakable belief that he is just the number one in the world. Like he thinks no one else can beat him, and basically his whole, like, everything he does is just to get that shot to prove himself and prove that he is the best in the world. And that's the story of the movie, essentially.
And so it's like a good attribute, but it's also a terrible attribute to have this like malignant narcissism to a certain extent. But he needs that engine to fucking jetpack out of his situation. And he knows that he could do it, right? And so he has to use this evil fucking power to like propel himself, but he's always cooking people around him too, because like at the end of the day, the only one who really matters to Marty is Marty. And like he just sees the other people as like foothold. Because
I think he, like, for most of the movie, because he knows he has this talent, he has this this movie's all about megalomania and how that affects you and how it affects everyone else. He's looking for that, like, he just has this innate desire to prove himself to everyone, essentially. And I think the ending of the movie proves that. Like, he's not there for the money. He's not there for
he wants to win.
Yeah, he just wants to not just win, but he wants to prove that he has.
Wants everyone to know that no one's better than him.
Yeah.
Like,
and he just has that innate
money
belief.
pisses him off.
Yeah, and like everything he does, like he says, I'm going to make the money later. I'm going to give like even when he said, like, he's happy to give the money away after he wins, but it's just that he just wants that shot, essentially, and he wants that moment, and he does everything he can to pursue it, even when there's situations where he just like he won't get the world championships. Like, spoiler, a little bit of a spoilers, but he won't get it. He has to make his own version of the victory. You know what I mean? And that's essentially what this whole story is about. And what I really like about this movie, firstly, is the casting. I think everyone, it's just bizarre casting across the board, but it all works. Like, Kevin O'Leary is such an inspired choice for that character, but he plays him perfectly, exactly how he should. Penn Jillette is in this movie, the magician.
I didn't recognize him.
I didn't recognize him the first time I watched it.
Which character was he?
He was the guy that stole the dog, and he's in the house with the shotgun.
I kept looking at his face and going, he looks like someone, but I can't place it.
Yeah, Steve Lookner was in this movie in that one scene. There's that one guy who looks exactly like Steve Lookner, and it wasn't him. I'm like, God damn it, that would have been sick if it was. That would have been sick.
Abel Ferreira, who plays his, I think he plays the head of the table tennis commission. He's great. He's a famous director. Abel Ferreira. There's a bunch of others as well, and
Abel Ferreira is amazing.
Yeah, and
Mad Lieutenant.
Yep.
Right, the original Harvey Keitel one, right?
Yeah, and I'm so glad that I had been watching I Love LA, which is a recent Rachel Sennett TV show. Hilarious show. It's one of the funniest on television because I was introduced to Odessa Azion on that show, and she's fantastic in this movie as well. She plays Marty Mouse's flame,
childhood sweetheart, and the situation with them is like she got married to like somebody that she doesn't love, obviously,
against his advice.
And everyone knows that these two are still childhood connected, and so they're like constantly, in this situation is shit, right? Where they're like it's the mid 50s, right? So it's not like you could just like get a divorce and move on, which would probably be the best interest of everyone. And so I love that ongoing narrative between like, are they going to get caught? And then there's that scene when he clocks him, right? I love how that guy's anger is always boiling over too,
because you could tell he's like frustrated with the situation. Pissed. The other thing I really love about this movie, and I'll bring it up, like Film Crit Holt brought it up in his article in this movie, is that everyone looks so imperfect in this movie. Like Marty Mauser, he's got like a huge monobrow, and he's got they actually did like makeup. They got him to have like kind of what I have on this side of my face is the acne scars. Like like it's so noticeable.
People are less put together in the 50s, right? Because they don't have all the beauty tricks that we have now.
Yeah,
right?
But there's also just the fact that like most movies these days are just filled with complete 10 out of 10 model actors. But this movie is just filled with just so many different shapes and sizes.
Neighborhood people. Yeah, I feel like they do Safdie for all his problems. He always has characters like in Uncut Gems that look like they're from the neighborhood, and like you get the character of New York from. Like you don't get that flavor from even a lot of movies about New York, but it feels very authentic about.
Yeah, I love the way
like people are grinding and competing and rizzing each other at a level and a rate much higher in a metropolitan area, right? Because it's concentrated people and people are competitive, right?
Yeah, and I love the way they make Fran. Oh yeah, Fran Drescher's in this movie, the nanny.
Gwyneth Paltrow,
yes, Fran Drescher,
and Gwyneth Paltrow doesn't look perfect as well. She's great in this movie. She's really good.
There's two people I want to bring up. One is kind of I don't want to say a meme because I think that's kind of mean. It's more like an internet person. Years and years ago, I don't know, I think it was, I specifically remember during the Obama years for some reason, but there was a guy that they found on the streets that was homeless, and they called him like the man with the golden voice. Do you guys remember that?
No, I don't. But
yeah, there was a guy who was homeless, and he was talking as a black guy, and he had this really like this deep radio voice, and they're like, who is this guy? And he used to be I think he used to be a guy on the radio, and like he just fell into hard times and he was homeless. They found him, they cleaned him up, and I think he got some gigs here and there, but it's never consistent. But he was like an internet thing for a while. Like he was like a star on the internet for a little bit. But he was in this movie. He was I love that. When Marty went to that underground place where he knew those guys and whatever, The guy, there's a guy at the door. He's like, "Hey, yeah. There's a guy at the door. He's like, "Hey, Marty." He's like, "Hey, what's going on?" He goes, "Whatever," and he let him in. It was that guy.
Oh wow!
You know who else was in this? Was fucking two famous NBA or one NBA player and then
Gilbert
the
Arenas.
Baseball player, and like I can't remember another one besides Gilbert Arenas. George Gervin is in this, and then there was a baseball player, and I can't remember which one he was.
Just so much inspired casting. Yeah. Like, I think this year is the first year that they're doing a Best Casting Oscar, and I hope this movie gets
good.
It. Yeah,
I love that. Well, casting directors should. Yeah, I mean that's good. That's fire. I like that.
I think this would be the great first movie to win it. I think that I think this movie just like nails.
Tracy McGrady was in this movie too as a globetrotter.
Yeah,
there's a lot of like little.
Tyler the Creator, he's great in this movie.
Tyler's magnificent.
He's so good in this.
He nailed it.
Yeah,
I love his hair. Like he's got the bald hair.
All fucked up,
Like it's so funny, bro.
And like his name's Wally.
I gotta feed a family, right? He's having that talk with him in the hotel.
I got responsibility. Yeah,
but he's a hustler too, and so they keep taking chances with each other, right?
I love that this movie is basically just a rolling snowball that just gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. It reminds me, like this movie, I think the movie this reminds me the most of is Inside Llewyn Davis, the Coen Brothers movie. I don't know. So this movie is all about megalomania and how how that snowballs and affects people and how, you navigate your world with this kind of megalomania, this kind of charisma. Well, that movie feels like the other side of the coin where you're extremely like depressed and it's really difficult to do that. What's it called? Inside Llewyn Davis is like the opposite of this movie. Like that movie is all about depression and also understanding that you don't have it. Because basically the end of that movie is Bob Dylan walking on stage and just completely mogging the main dude in that movie, and it's all about understanding your like working out your place and working out that things aren't always going to work out for you. And then this movie is the opposite. If you actually do have that innate,
you've got it.
Like, it's all about using that charisma and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's still difficult. Like,
his talent isn't enough. His talent isn't enough. Everything's going to stop him from trying to show people his talent. So he has to have, like, he is stealing from his boss, right? In the first scene to get the money, and he's not even working. Like, he'll deal with it later.
The money he's owed.
That he's owed.
Right, he's still right. I mean, there's a good reason why, but obviously it's dangerous, right?
Yeah.
And so, and like he keeps risking everything because he really believes in himself. And like, there's a lot of delusional people who are like that, and that's a problem. But when it is someone that should deserve to be under the spotlight, and they finally get there, then the audience really can get excited, and it's a real. Because like that's all anybody wants if they have a capacity to do something is the opportunity to try to do it, right? And that's where everyone can find some spirit in behind this, the fight.
Yeah, and the other inspired, I can't believe I didn't mention it before, but the other inspired casting choice is this guy right here, Koto Endo. He's a real table tennis player. He's a deaf table tennis player.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he's a real deaf table tennis player, and they incorporated his deafness into the movie, and he's fantastic in the role. He's stoic. He's the exact opposite of what Marty Mauser is.
He's so emotive with his face, like his I like that in a lot.
It's great. It's wonderful.
Yeah, I
love Marty's brother or buddy too. That he's always on the tour with the Harlem Globetrotters. Those scenes are fantastic.
Oh yeah, the other tennis
shot stuff.
That's so stupid.
And he's discussing the
right. I love that whole sequence when they're in the like doing it in different situations, and they're like
the small table.
Right, that's beautifully shot. I love how that's shot. It's backlit beautifully in the smoke and the smoke, and they're in different countries and like the audience. That's a fantastic what do they call those when they do those shots?
Montage.
Montage. I love that montage. It's so
fantastic. Good. Yeah. But no, I love when Marty is like, he's saying you're an artist. You're gonna let the Americans like use your image. You're not a mascot. You're a table tennis player. And you see his face. He's like, yeah, you're right, 100%. Let's do this.
Yeah. He appeals to his honor.
Yeah,
because Marty's smart and he knows how to press his buttons, and so he's like, I'm going to appeal to his interests, and so that's what he does. You have to talk to people based on what they care about, not what you care about.
100%. And that's, I mean, those are all there, and there's just so many moments in this movie, like what the fuck moments, like when, like what's his name, Wally, Tyler Creator, they're having this conversation like in the hotel room about the fact that the ITT
he got fined.
Has got fined and isn't going to let him play next year until the fine's paid. Not next year, but play in a week. And they're having and he's like, "What? Show me!" And then immediately he falls through
what a scene,
the tub,
the guy's hand, like that just transitions.
Crazy scene, right?
It's crazy too, because like on I don't want to say surface level because it's not. It's pretty basic what you're watching, but like kind of surface level, it's like it's just a gag. It's a physical gag. It's a physical joke, but it doesn't go that way. It leads to expanding, moving the story along, especially later with the dog and the man. You know, it's like it pays off a lot more.
And it's set up because the guy at the counter he says, "Don't use the shower." Like he tells him, "Don't use the shower," and he gets in and does it anyway.
And most movies will play that as comedy because this is the thing that happens in a lot of movies. Like they have this scene in a lot of movies, but then the injury. And then you're kind of like, you're surprised, and then you're relieved that no one's really dead. And then you're worried about the dog. The first thing I'm like, oh my God, they crushed the poor dog.
Yeah.
And then the way they have the dog escaping, and it's like, oh, they have to like lift the thing. And then the injury, it changes it to not being funny anymore, but you can kind of feel the fear, like it's a scary thing too.
And then you get pissed off at because this guy is lying on the floor, he's bleeding out, but then like all Marty cares about is getting his $2.50 for the room bill, and you're getting pissed off at him. Like it's just all of these mixed emotions, and then he gets the opportunity. The guy's like, take the money and take my dog to the vet,
and
I'll pay you $50, and he's like, I'll just take all of it. So he does, because the dog's fine, and then he loses the dog, and then that leads into like it's just like the writing in this movie is just like phenomenal.
I want to give credit to the writing, because I feel like there's a lot of plot points that are just taken care of. You know, like there isn't really any plot holes. Everything is kind of solved and answered. Machine, There was one thing though that I had a huge problem with, but I feel like because I'm watching more movies and I'm understanding how to watch movies in movie literacy, I guess what you'd say. It's like understanding things is the entire time I'm like, when are they going to bring up the fucking orange ping pong balls? Like, when are they going to get that? And I feel like when the friend takes the thing and throws him out, I feel like that was like, that's the end of that plot. We're done with that. You know, so I felt like I was like, oh, okay.
I love the friend character too. What a great character that kid is.
And I love how
dad.
I love the way he looks as well. Like I love like his whole.
They cast somebody who's like very overweight, right? And like because that's real, like that happens. Like there were people.
And he was
like,
great in the movie. He does a fantastic job. Yeah. Just everything. I love that Marty like pretends that she's his sister, and then like and he's like, that's my nephew, man. Like it's so many. And can we like before, because I don't want to get emotional in this review, but I will talk a little personal about this movie in a little bit. But I want to talk about Timothée Chalamet and his performance in this movie. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but this, I think, you know, like I've been really impressed with Timothée Chalamet. Like I've always thought he's like one of our strongest young actors that we've got. I think this is one of the best performances I've seen in like.
It's an important performance for him. I think it really is a different thing than what he's done in the past, and it's like when you get to do a bioepic like Forrest Gump or a movie like this where you're the central, like there's no doubt who the lead actor is in this, right? We know who the lead is, right? And he does the thing, and he really like personifies the character and the energy and the vibe of the mid-50s hustle. Outstanding.
Like to me,
it reminded me of Shia LaBeouf in some ways in the early days when he was on the trajectory. I think he had the capacity to do a performance like this before he had his issues. In some ways, I could see Shia in this role in a different time.
Now
I don't know why that is.
Now he's making Megalopolis, which
listen, but for the grace of God go I, right? Like any of us could have a crash out. and you don't ever know why. So like I feel bad for all these guys.
Like I'm thinking about actors that we say are like tentpole actors. We talk about Robert De Niro, we talk about Al Pacino, Marlon Brando, who are the big ones? Daniel Day-Lewis, big actors. Like genuinely, this movie might like Timothy Chalamet. I think this is his staple.
Who's the actor in Rain Man? Remember who's the actor in
Dustin
Rain Man?
Hoffman.
Okay, this is very like a Dustin Hoffman parallel. I could see Dustin like in another time frame. Like it was big.
Like I think this is going to be a performance that like to me I'm going to remember forever. Like I'm going to say like this is in I don't say that lightly. There've been a lot of great performances this year, but like this feels like a moment, like a star shining moment to me.
Yes.
Yeah.
I concur, and I think it's very clear he probably should win Best Actor.
Would you agree with that, Tom, or do you feel like
I've only seen one movie? I'm just looking at it right now. I've seen how many movies he's been in. He's been in. I think he has 43 credits. Yeah, the only thing I've seen is Interstellar. I've never seen the Dune movies.
Yeah.
I didn't see the he mentioned him earlier. The Bob Dylan movie. I didn't see that one.
He's great in that.
Yeah. I man. So this is seeing his first, like, for me, real acting chops.
Meaty.
I feel like this is what you get when. Hold on, I'm gonna look at the actor to reference him. Hold on, because I think this is a very perfect. God damn it! Can't type.
Pride, what's your bet? Is he a Timmy head or is he?
Oh, here we go. I feel like this is what you get when you have Tom Holland act how to be an actor, where he's marginally better than just standing there and playing Spider-Man.
When it's not the visuals that lead the movie. Like the thing about Dune, like he's good in Dune, but Dune is about the whole space. It's all about the scene and like the planet and the crafts and the whole vibe. This is a movie where it's about that. So I agree with you what you're saying.
It's about him. Like, are you saying it's about like this movie?
Because like if you gave a Spider-Man, like imagine if it was just a Peter Parker movie and he never turns into Spider-Man, but he has to carry the whole movie as an actor. This is what. And I could see Tom Holland in that.
Tom Holland, I'm sorry. Yeah, well, yeah, Tom Holland, he's, ever since I've seen him in Spider-Man, he's just Peter Parker, just Spider-Man, like I don't see him as anything else. So that's just, for me, it's just how he acts. And then Timothy just reminds me of him, but just someone who can act, who knows how to act. But is shoved in our face all the time and is not a leading person.
But you don't think this movie proves it?
I don't think this movie does anything for him. I don't think
this movie here.
I don't think he's a leading man. I don't think he's anywhere close to being a leading man. I don't think he's close to being what'd you call it? A tentpole actor. I don't think he's that at all.
Really?
I think he was fine. I think he was fine.
Wow,
Marty fine.
Marty average.
Marty sausage and peppers. No,
that is Supreme. That is an insane take.
I don't know what you guys watched.
Okay, well, like,
dude, I just like the way that he connected with the just the way, like his charisma and the way that he connected with people, the way he delivered his dialogue just so effortlessly.
My problem with his character. No, he wasn't at all. That's crazy to say that.
I'm not crazy. That's my opinion. That's just my personal opinion. I thought we were allowed to have personal opinions here now.
This movie felt like they wanted to capture Uncut Gems again, and they failed horribly at it.
Oh, so you didn't like this movie?
I hated this movie.
Oh, okay.
This movie was boring. This movie was so boring.
I had no idea that that's where you were coming from. All right.
Here's my problem with Marty's character. Again, I think he can act, but everything that he's doing. Again, I have nothing to go off of. Timothy Chalamet's Marmalade. Because I've only seen one movie.
Timothy Marmalade.
He could act differently in Dune, but you said it's a different type of acting experience. Whatever. So I don't know. He's very charismatic. Yeah. But I don't know where that charisma. I don't know where that arrogance. I don't know where any of that stuff comes from, because he's building himself as he's the top. Let's say table tennis player.
Mm-hmm.
But there's nothing in the movie that says that. He just says it, and he's at like there's just like
but that's part of the
no one else around him is like, oh shit, he's one of the top tennis players.
Only he believes it. Only
nobody cares about table tennis in 1955
right.
either.
If you go to play the tournament at the, didn't they call it the British Open?
Yeah,
British Open,
which made me chuckle every time they said they played at the British Open. He was like the representative of the United States. Yeah, but there's like nothing to like point that he was like it seemed like no one knew who he was, even when he was being interviewed,
because table tennis wasn't huge.
So what's your past?
Yeah, I think it was
but you would think he would know.
Scene.
I guess
I think he's a breaking onto the scene, but like he was painting his own image, right? So like when he got to the semifinals, like he beat the number one player.
The way he played, and the beautiful way he played.
Yeah,
he just choked on that last one because he was.
Why did he choke
the thing about the racket, right? Like the thing about like he had this different racket the first time they played, right? He had that all wood racket, and then by the next time they played, they all kind of had rackets like that. So I feel like the Japanese player had innovation.
And I think also because he built himself up, he'd done all of this stuff with Gwyneth Paltrow's character building himself up. She was there,
eating pussy in Central Park,
and I think it all got to him in the last moment, and then he took it out on the judges and stuff.
Jesus Christ, is it Goop or Gloop? Isn't it Gloop the L?
I don't think Marty's a good person.
No, 100%. No. I think for me, this movie really falls apart and cements itself as kind of boring. Is at the end when he didn't sell the baby to go back to Japan. I think he should have did that.
Didn't sell the baby.
Yeah, he should have sold the baby to get tickets to go back to Japan.
Yeah, go back.
He was selling everything else
in the sequel. And Marty regular.
Yeah, Marty regular.
No, the baby wasn't born yet.
Well, he finally realized that he was in love with his love. And
right at the end.
I liked how they ended it because then he realized that there's other things besides Marty. And that's his love for his one true love and his baby. And he flies back. And I love that. Okay. I think he kind of gets it. Because he finally defeated the dragon in his heart.
Okay, go, JC. You're going to say something. Good.
Yeah, I was just going to say that I think like the way that the movie... like all of this, like all of this journey, all of the, like everything he went through. He even says it to like the committee board ITT guy. He says, "You have no idea how hard it's been to get here. Like I'm here. Let me play." And then he's not given that. But then he just wanted to play a real match against Endo and beat him because he's the best in the world. And to prove he can do it, like he's number one.
Yeah,
that's all he wanted.
Focus with his boss battle on the map. He had to build his boss before he could focus on anything else.
He got there. He did it. He had that moment. He got that moment. He's fulfilled. Now he can go do what he wants to do, or what he needs to do, which is be a dad, be the person that Rachel needed him to be.
That was essentially what I was going to ask. Do you think that once he won, that was that was the dragon he slayed, that was the plateau, and now he can go,
that's right.
Well, no, because Marty the next day will have a new dragon. The type of person like Marty is always going to have some other windmill to tilt at, right?
Because he was asked earlier in the movie to settle down with her, and Rachel, and he didn't. And he wasn't chasing anything at that point. He just wanted to go play tennis.
He was still chasing table tennis.
The whole movie, from start to the moment where he beat Endo, was him chasing that. From the start. Even when he lost the first time, he wanted that moment to say, "I'm the best in the world." Because he knew it in his soul.
It's almost like an Elden Ring movie.
Because he knew it in his soul from start to finish. He knew it. And he finally got it, and that's all he needed. And then he could set up and make it work with Rachel.
But then he just won an exhibition. He didn't win an actual tournament. So
he knows that he's the best. He he beat him. Like everyone saw it.
It's just a moral victory. It's just a moral victory.
It's a moral victory because that's the thing.
Saw it, and everyone knows.
Like he doesn't care about the accolades. He doesn't care about any of that. All he cares is that he proved that he beat the best in the world.
It's like if you beat the Dodgers on a random day in July.
Yeah, but that's what means. But that's who he is as a character. Like that's all that matters to him. Is like all of this other stuff. Yeah, that's and I think it's really well written and really well done. And I love when he breaks down when he holds the baby at the end. Like that really got to me because it's like.
And I love the montage. He's on the big plane with the other soldiers, and they let him get a ride. And
he
the little montages are great.
Yeah. I think it's to me, it's like a testament to like I hate saying it, but like the human spirit, the human condition, like it really
figured it out a little bit.
He does get put into a situation. Well, yeah, he's put in a no-win situation at the end when he's fighting, facing off against Endo, and and what was that?
A fakely, like it's a
fake. Fakely, yeah. And Kevin O'Leary comes out and tells him, he tells him basically it's a no-win situation. You're gonna die here. You're gonna stay here.
He tells him you'll never be happy. He tells him you'll never be happy. Yeah. I'm gonna track you for the rest of your life. You'll never be happy.
Apparently, the vampire line was an.
Marty's like, I don't give a fuck. I just want to win the tournament, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't care. I'll worry about being happy tomorrow.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
He didn't even deliver that line like very good. Like traditionally, like you would think he'd be like, make it big and bombastic or like, like that personal whatever. But he just said it like so
straight face,
matter of fact, and it just but it worked perfectly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of humiliation in this movie too. There's the scene where he paddles his bare ass in order to and so at that point, Marty said, okay, I had to do that. I had to take that shit to get here. But now that we're here and the dragon is in front of me, I'm not doing anything today but beating this motherfucking dragon or trying. And he has blinders on.
And I'm glad that Endo was game for it as well. Like, I really respect
a lot of integrity and honor.
Why didn't he? So he gets in line to play, this and that, whatever, blah, blah. Then he gets the news about how he can't play in the tournament because of the fees and because it's too little, too late.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So then he goes and he still jobs to Endo, right? And then he's like, oh, well, now I want to play a real tournament. Why didn't he just beat him the first time?
Because I think it was because I think it hadn't really processed yet that he wasn't going to be able to get that shot. Like I think when he was playing Endo, he thought what's his name, he'd be able to convince him to be him in the tournament or something. Like he thought he'd have a shot,
right?
Yeah.
But then he was watching it. He didn't know the ITT guy was going to come on stage and congratulate him.
Oh, that's right.
He realizes this is all to embarrass him. Like that's
right.
Because part of me thought that.
Yeah.
That I was like, what? That doesn't make any sense. Why did you just beat him? But then I thought maybe, well, he's like, it's kind of because he says it's scripted that he's like, Endo's not giving me 100%. He's just following the script too. And I think that's where we get that scene where he's like, you're not a puppet. Don't let them make this off your name.
Too. Yeah.
Which I think leads
Endo
to a better
had to know
scene
as well.
Yeah.
Endo Ferrari.
What I want to understand, Tom, is how you found this movie boring, because I
don't know.
I found this movie exciting from frame 1 to frame.
And that was disappointing because look behind the curtain. We've been planning to watch this for a while. JC watched this 3 weeks ago, whatever it was. And his immediate response after watching this movie was, I can't review it, because we were operating under the idea that this movie was gonna be out a couple weeks ago. And his first reaction and text to us in our group chat was, I can't talk about this yet. I need time to
process it.
And
I'll get into that.
Which I'm thinking, like, that's crazy. And then I watch this movie and I'm like, what did you see in this movie? I don't understand it.
Well, let me get personal now.
Yes, please.
Okay.
So at the end of last year, and I know you guys know about this, I was diagnosed with ADHD, inattentive ADHD. I've been undiagnosed for all of my life. It's been a real, I'm now realizing, now that I've been medicated, that it's been a real struggle for me in my life. Like, it's held me back a lot in ways of like not being able to believe in myself. Just not having the confidence or just having so much anxiety when talking to people, when discussing things with people, when just like not having any drive as well. Because my brain would just be so jumbled, and so I'd have all of these like thoughts in my head, things I want to do, and I wouldn't be able to organize them ever. Like literally even just like talking to people, having conversations with people, I wouldn't be able to collect my thoughts and have a conversation in the way that I do now. And when watching this movie, ever since I took I started taking medication for ADHD, like my whole life has changed. Like the way that I've approached life has changed. The way that I talk to people has changed. The way that I see people has changed. The way that I see myself has changed. Like, I now have a belief in myself that I haven't had since I was in like primary school. I now have a belief in myself that I can achieve things that I didn't think I could before. Like I think I can do what I've always wanted to do now because of these like changes, because of this help that I've gotten, the support that I've gotten for my mental health. And while watching this movie, and especially like because during this process of helping myself, I moved, like I was in the midst of film school when I was in university. You know, I was trying to you know, make things work, but I couldn't because of my mental health. Like I just couldn't get things together. I couldn't make things work. I did direct a short film, which I'm incredibly proud of, but that was a really, really difficult experience.
Forget about Bench Boys. You should be proud of that too.
Yeah, I mean, that was very off the cuff, and I'm very proud of the Bench Boys as well. But the blueprint took a lot of planning and working with people, and while it's not like, I don't think it's a perfect product, obviously there's a lot of budget limitations, but also just me and confidence, and my confidence on set, and you know, trusting people as well. But ever since then, I'm now in this situation where I feel like I'm in my life, I want to prove myself. Like I feel like I've got it in me. I feel like I could write dialogue, I can write a script, I can work with actors. I think I can do that. But at the moment I'm stuck in this sort of purgatory because I need to make money to make it back to Melbourne, make it back to where the opportunities are. So I'm in this slump at the moment. Not like you know, a mental slump, but like this logistics slump. Situational slump. And there's so many moments in this movie where I saw myself in these situations. Like there's that scene, like at the moment, basically my job is I'm a swim teacher, which I love. I do love swim teaching. And I'm also a receptionist. Like I stand behind a desk and I let people through the doors. And when I see Marty Mauser like hitting a ping pong ball across from a seal, that's how I feel standing behind that desk. Like he knows that he's the number one in the world. I don't know that I'm the number one person in the world. Like obviously Marty Supreme is just like an extreme example, but I just know that I'm capable of more than this. And and the kind of way that Marty sees the world, and the way that he he talks to people and the way he interacts with people is all because of this innate feeling that he has that he can do it. Like he can make it, and he can make any opportunities his if he says the right things, talks the right way, because he knows he can do it. And this movie encapsulates that feeling that I've had ever since I've been medicated in a way that no other film I've seen ever has. And that's why it's so personal to me. Like I haven't felt that way about a movie since maybe Her, my favorite film of all time, which like perfectly reflected how I was feeling at that time. This movie, in a way, perfectly reflects how I'm feeling currently in my life. It's like feels like a mirror again. It's so just
movies are very inspirational, and like that's what people really count on character studies like this. Like I remember, like I mentioned a movie called Rocky that inspired millions of people to get up early and run around the block and eat raw eggs and stuff. And like this shit adds up. And like I love movies like this. I just really get geeked out about it because like that to me is like how I started very young, like just making something out of nothing. Right. And so like I see how he's operating and I laugh, and a lot of the same mistakes he made. But this is the thing, we're not stopping. Marty and I are not stopping. And like we're going to Japan, and we're probably not taking the money, and we're going to take the money, but we can't. Right. Yeah. And so like I thought this movie was very well describe this real personality that people have, that some people have. And like, there's movies like Saturday Night Fever that portray some part of the street life and stuff like that. But like, to really get into it, you have to do the character study.
Yeah.
And I thought the energy with this movie, and I do always see parallels in Safdie movies between like stylistic, like Uncut Gems, and like there's still kind of the same style of a hero's journey.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, this is also a Joseph Campbell story too, the hero's journey, right? Where they're denied by their people, they go on a journey, they have to defeat something. They're the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
And so like I just love this movie, and it just filled me with more energy and more power. And it reminded me the mistakes that Marty was making, not to make those mistakes as well, because you can take the good things that he does, his engine, but also use it to not just glorify yourself, but also help other people, which is the real, like Marty spent more time collaborating to create his own table tennis association that was better, might have been better energy than just pushing for yourself. But sometimes you have to get to a certain point before you can lead everyone else. So
I agree. And I also like Marty Mauser. To me, like, he's obviously not a good person. He makes a lot of like horrible mistakes, and horrible, like the way especially the way he treats
a chip on his shoulder. He only wants to sleep with the famous former actress because she's a famous former actress, and that he's the wife of Kevin, right?
But they do have a connection. Guy. Like, they do have a real connection.
That comes. I think her connection is more than him. I feel, but he's also wants to stick it to the rich guy that's funding him. So he's banging his wife. That's part of the chip on his shoulder, because he's like, you think you're getting over on me, but you don't even know how I'm getting over on you. And that Marty needs. Like a personality like Marty needs that.
Yeah.
Which is
and
not
what
good.
What I'll say is like Marty has one singular goal, and that's, he wants to be number one in the world. Right. I have a very different goal. I want to build I like building community. I want to build I want to make movies. That's still my dream and still my goal. But I want to build a community of people that I can foster. And I also would like to have a wife and a kid, which Marty didn't have that goal during this movie. So, but like that drive, like I still have that drive for all of those things that Marty has. Like that's kind of like every decision that he makes feels like is always driven by that same feeling that I have.
It's hope.
Currently.
It's hope. It's the power of hope. Why does the cage bird sing? Because there's still hope. Because you can still sing.
I felt so seen by this movie. Does that make sense, Tone? Does that make sense why I've felt so personally about this, or not?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
No, God, JC, you almost had me there. I almost started crying.
Yeah, well, but it's true. That's just how I was watching this. That's how it made me feel.
It makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah. And JC, we love you. Thank you for telling that.
Yeah,
we do believe in you. We do.
I believed in you since the day I met you.
Thank you.
And I've been, but I don't know that you needed to address this issue, and you probably didn't know exactly. But now that it is, it's a wonderful thing, and whatever we can do to continue, because I feel very much the same way. Like, I'm trying to make the only fucking musical ever made on Twitch. I'm trying with my friends. I'm trying to make the only ongoing comedy drama series with characters ever on a streaming platform, and we're doing it. And that's the thing. Like, we're also, another thing is, like, it's good to have dreams and hope. And there's a lot of people who start stuff and then they don't finish. I like how we keep going on finishing and getting better and better and building and doing the next thing. And through all the rockiness, and this is the fucking thing, man. Like, it's a lot to get the thing going too, and to make it. And but this is the thing, you have to have the hope and the vision of the light at the end of the tunnel. And like you have to, if you're buried alive, you have to dig your way out. You can't just lay in the box and suffocate and wait. And you might not get yourself out, and you probably won't, but God damn it, I'm going to be fucking digging my way out until I can. Because that's the human spirit, and otherwise we might as well just not do anything.
I think the main difference between me and Marty Mauser is he had one goal, and everything he did was to pursue that one goal. I have 5, but that drive that he has and that want to prove himself is still what's driving my every decision to achieve those goals. So and I felt seen. Essentially, that's it. I love it. I love it so much.
I agree, and I felt seen from this movie too, and I really, I mean,
yeah,
it's just,
I seen this movie.
fair.
I saw it.
I thought this movie saw me. It's not that I saw.
Yeah.
I feel like the Safdie brothers pick up
Josh
on
Safdie,
that part.
Josh.
Well, I mean, they both do in their career and when they work together. Like, and then Uncut Gems. Like, I feel like the main character in that is a much more less driven person and someone who's just really suffering. It's almost like the Book of Job, and he's almost like. He's just like he's just barely hanging on. He's not, but Marty is driving past the problems, and he's outrunning. Like he's got all this chaos, like a tornado is chasing him.
Yeah,
and like most of the characters just like they barely keep, but he's like outpacing it. And to me, that gives me strength, and that says no matter how hard shit is, like you got to be strong, right? I like that.
Yeah, go ahead, Tom. I know you were.
Oh, I felt like both characters from Uncut Gems in this movie are very similar, except one is driven by like a goal. The other one's driven by survival, essentially.
Survival, yeah.
That's a very good point.
That's why their stories essentially are almost the same, except they end very differently.
Yes,
like one is a survival horror and one is a straight RPG. In my opinion,
these movies are very similar to an extent, but then they deviate at one point and they just take.
And Good Times is in some ways too. I feel like, or is it Bad Time?
I can't tell.
Good Time, I think.
I can't tell if that's. Do you feel like that's evolution for Josh, or do you feel like that's backtracking for Josh?
Do you feel
like the fact he's more hopeful now, or not?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird.
I feel like he was iterating.
Just the story he wanted to tell. Also,
I feel like he's trying to be making like he's making blocks of this bigger movie in sections, and like themes, and then finally you get like when he first makes his first movie, nobody gives a shit. The second movie, still nobody gives a shit, but then it gets a breakout, right? So now he has the resources to actually put the beautiful, like maybe you're a painter and you can paint canvases because that's what you're for. But then you get the funding to do the mural, and you get the funding to do the building or do the big thing. And then he pulled it off, in my opinion, because like this is his oeuvre, this is his style. And it's like, yeah, Charlie Parker plays songs that Charlie Parker plays, but nobody says, well, this album is derivative because it's iterative, if that makes sense. It's not a derivative. It's not just like reflecting on it. It's trying to build on it and try to make it bigger, I think. I don't know.
Yeah. Do we want to get to final thoughts?
Yes, we do.
Yeah?
I think so.
Who wants to go first? Prag?
What an emotional journey.
Oh, thank you.
This was a very serious episode.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's
an after-school program.
It's a funny movie, guys. It's a funny movie. It's a funny movie. Go watch it.
Very funny.
It's an epic movie, and let's begin my summary this way. I love a movie that it feels like an Oscar epic. Like a lot of time, Oscar movies are bioepics. This is one of them. I love the energy, the kinetism. I love the set design and the art design. They captured a gritty 50s that you don't always see. Like if they're doing the 50s, usually it's Pleasantville. It's very like Leave It to Beaver. This is the facts of the grittiness of urban mid-century New York. And I love the aesthetic. I always love how he does lighting too, the grays and the chromatics and the beams and just like, and then I just love the energy and the hustle from the vibe. I definitely consider this one of my top 3 movies of the year, and probably a movie that I'm going to retain in my mental records of Oscars best. And I think it's a wonderful performance by Timothy, and I'll give it a 96.
Nice. Time.
I just want to first say I think this is definitely worth a watch. I think people should watch this. I think it's an interesting movie. I just don't think it was for me. I don't know whether it was. I'm expecting something else. I don't know. Like I had a feeling of like almost the same feeling of like anxiety kind of sort of as I was watching Uncut Gems, but like not nearly as much as this. But I just couldn't connect with the film. I just couldn't really like. I understood it and I got it. I just didn't care. So I think that's where I'm coming from. But the performances are good. I like everyone. Tyler the Creator. I love Tyler the Creator. I thought this is his first film. I heard he was in A24 movie. I think this was it. So I think he did great. There's a lot of people in this movie. I think did a good job casting, like you said. I think casting was very good and appropriate. Soundtrack was good. Lighting fantastic throughout the entire movie.
The 80s pop songs with the 50s, I didn't expect that. It worked so good. Like the beginning, I thought they were gonna do more of that, and I love that.
There were a lot of I'm not sure if Safdie has any Josh Safdie has any experience in music videos, but there are a lot of scenes where there were like one shot tracking scenes of like him walking that were straight up like this is a music video. Especially with the background. I mean, sorry, the music, like you're saying.
The street.
I think movie's definitely worth the watch. It's interesting. You might like it. It wasn't for me. I'm gonna give it a 55.
Nice. This is tough for me to say because it's like I feel like I've been giving so many positive reviews lately, except for Megalopolis. Fucking oh my god! Did you read my review on that time? Oh my god!
I read all your reviews. It's crazy.
But no, this is one of my favorite movies of all time. Now, I've seen it twice, and I didn't expect this to like usurp one battle after another. But no, it has. It just really got to me in a way that not a lot of films do. So, I'm so close to like Prag's gonna get mad at me if I did, but I'm so close.
Do it. Go with your heart.
I don't get mad anymore. I've come to a thing where we don't.
This is 100. No, I don't. This is a 100.
To the community.
He was yelling at me outside rehersal.
It wasn't.
He called me a fat ass. He made me take my pants off. That was crazy.
I was trying to work through your
He made me take my pants off and then he screenshot it. I told him not to.
You ripped your clothes off at the mirror and like we're like okay and like
you said it. You said how dare you said it.
I feel like you missed the gravity.
Bagger said I didn't even take screenshots, and I opened my DM in the morning, and it's got and they still sent it to me. I'm like, okay, well, I guess we have to use this now, and so it's in the scene.
I feel like you just I'm sorry, Jason. Gravity of the situation, me giving a second film a 100, but
100. What was the first 100?
Her, yeah. This is my second 100 on this show, but yeah, this is 100 for me. I loved it so much. It's my favorite, one of my favorite movies ever made. So, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for everyone except Josh for bringing this movie.
Josh, don't tell people you blame the producer because they brought a 17-year-old and said you're the director. Producer, it's your name on the thing. Yeah. You better know who the fuck everyone is on your set. Yeah. I don't give a fuck if they're serving lunch to you. Yeah. You know you're responsible. You're the captain.
Are we officially adding Josh to the enemy of the podcast, or is it just?
Oh my!
Josh is an enemy.
Jesus Christ!
Nah, he needs to say something bad against a movie we like.
I got to be the John Adams all the time around here, right?
Just Robert Ebert then.
Yeah, just Roger Ebert for now.
Roger Ebert, yes.
Yeah. Justice for Mommy Dearest.
Mommy Dearest, yeah.
Mommy Dearest. What are we doing next week, Prag? I'm so excited to find out what you picked.
Tomorrow. What are we doing tomorrow?
Tomorrow, we'll discuss that. Tomorrow we're going to watch Garfield 2: A Tale of Two Kitties. This is
your
birthday celebration.
Yes, happy birthday!
Annual birthday special. Are we doing anything special for it?
Thank you.
Any like impromptu?
Yeah, we're gonna dress like Garfield characters. I'm Garfield. You're normal, and
I'll be Odie.
What do you want to do? We're gonna talk about Garfield. Isn't that special?
I didn't think of anything.
Special.
No, it's special. It's special that
we're gonna do a review, all of us while eating lasagna.
I would love that.
Just
I have some lasagna in the fridge. I could frost some lasagna. Like, that's not a problem.
Cheap lasagna from the store. Yeah, man.
Get some cheap lasagna. Like everyone, get some cheap lasagna. Let's get cranky on a Monday, and it's just a fun time. And then the next movie is return to our in the theaters. What is it called? Brave the Cinemas.
In 2 weeks.
In which I never brave the cinemas, but I wanted to continue to focus on Oscar since this is the month, right? And like I'm sure there's plenty of good movies, but I wanted to take a movie off the list. We want to watch as many Oscar nominees for Best Picture as possible, so we give enough. Like I hate when the nominees come out and I decide my favorite movie and I haven't seen them all. And sometimes it reorders things, and what happened this time with Marty Supreme. But I'm still bitter about Eddington not being there, but that's fine.
I know, yeah.
And so, it was between two. It was going to be, I don't know, it was going to be Train Dreams or it was going to be Sentimental Value. And both of them look really.
I don't either of those.
Okay, well, that's why I picked them, because you don't have any presuppositions, and it's really good.
Yeah. So we're watching.
I didn't know these movies either. These are nominees for Best Picture.
I know, what we're watching.
Hold on, let me tell my story. Train Dreams was going to be one of them, and that is a more reflective, artistic, cinematic, kind of like meditative, natural world. It's about the North America during the train expansion era and lumber, and that's I was like, I've been doing an Oscar special on my stream and like going through the movies and like, but doing different promotional things that they've made. Like Netflix made an audio companion for this movie where it's just the audio and cool like stills from it, so it's almost like, and so I played that. It's just like getting the ambiance from the film, because it's a very naturalistic film. It's not really a dialogue heavy film, so it was going to be that one. And then I decided to go with Sentimental Value, which is the Skarsgård. It's a Scandinavian. Stellan, is it Stellan or Petter?
Yeah. Stellan Skarsgård. And
so I just looked at the trailer and it looked really interesting to me, and like we never we don't, it's not that we never get to see movies from that part of the world, but I think it's it was like one of the movies on, like, if you look at the list of nominees, this is the one you're least likely to actually see, and I thought maybe we give it a chance, because it's got really wonderful reviews, and Ingmar Bergman is a very important director. I don't know if you guys have ever watched any Ingmar Bergman, but he does family dramas in a very interesting way. And this is almost in that same vein. Yeah. So like, if you guys like family dramas, modern takes about, it's about just family stuff.
It's Joaquin, directed by Joaquin Trier, is that right? Who made The Worst Person in the World. I've heard that movie's really good. I don't think he's related to Lars, but he does look a bit like Lars, though. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe all Danish people.
It's just going to be a movie that is an actor-centered performance. Like, Train one is about the cinema, and this is more about like the performances, right? So I thought that would be fun.
Stellan Skarsgård is
Garfield.
Bootstrap Bill.
Yes, he is. You didn't know who Stellan Skarsgård is?
I know the name. I saw his face. I go, that's that guy, but I don't know the name.
He's a legend.
No.
Yeah. He's in Andor. He's in Girl with a Dragon Tattoo.
Yes.
He is like one of these legendary,
I recognize him. I just didn't know his name.
European actors that
is he
you
the
guys
dad
all
of the
recognize him.
Yes, he's the dad. He's the matriarch.
And this is supposed to be like his definitive performance. This is like his.
Oh wow. Okay.
Like. So, like, I'm excited. I don't know anything.
This
I don't
is
know
nominated
for
like Best Picture.
Best Picture.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay.
Let's see.
So it's available to stream. I think you can get it to
Which one were you
stream
hoping
pretty easily.
Time? Which one were you fingers crossed?
Oh, I don't know. In my head, I'm like, I don't know any movies that are there.
F1, please.
Yeah, that's the one I know. F1. Brad Pitt, please.
It could have been F1.
Joseph Kosinski, come on.
I was like,
oh yeah.
All good.
It's good to, like, there's always the big four movies that get nominated, and generally I get to see those. But there's always movies
really close year
that I miss, and this time we're not going to miss them.
No.
And then the other movie, if people are interested, if you want to see another Oscar nominated that looks beautiful, Train Dreams, it's on Netflix. So if you have Netflix, put that on. It's a beautiful. It looks so. Cinematography looks delicious.
Joel Edgerton, Australia's Own.
I'm not quite sure who directed it, but I just
know
the
main actor. The main actor is Joel Edgerton.
I'm not sure. I don't know. I just saw images from it, and I haven't seen it, but I want to watch it. And so I try not to read too much about these things, and I try not to see too much. I want to go in, and then after
this is Australia erasure, though, Prag. Australia erasure. He's one of our best actors.
JC, Australia is not real, and I hate to tell you this. You're living in a delusion. You live in Connecticut.
Have either of you guys seen F1?
We've been working with JC for a long time. He lives in Connecticut, and he believes he's from a place called Australia, and he has a fake British accent. Fred Dockers is not a thing. Like, Fred Dockers doesn't even make sense.
It's
like Fred Zeppelin.
Frio.
It says Fred. Just like Led Zeppelin Frog says Fred Zeppelin.
Also, to remind you, Time, it's your choice for yapping about movies.
Yeah. I think I'm going to cheat to make it in time for the Oscars.
You could pick F1.
I think I'm going to pick F1.
That's great, and I would love to like squeeze in as many of the nominees as we can.
I'm happy to do that too.
Have you seen F1, Prag?
No,
I haven't.
Okay, we're watching F1 that weekend.
Is it on Netflix?
I don't know. I'll check right now.
All right.
It feels like the odd one out. You know that meme of like
which one of these isn't it? Like the other
the Drake is like, who invited my man Blood? Bro thinks he's on the team. That's F1. That's F1.
You guys try to watch Train Story, or just try to start watching it just a little bit, just to see.
I plan on watching Train.
Good. All right, because
I've heard mixed things about it, but I was
so 50-50.
Yeah,
because I really love how
it looks.
It's just a very calm. Who's that director who made the Tree of Life?
I hate that movie, but
I know
Terrence Malick.
But all right? It's a very Terrence Malick coded, like very beautiful scenery and natural world and the light, and like I fuck with that shit.
Yeah,
that shit makes me excited. But I thought it would be a little slow. Because it's not a lot of dialogue. It's just like
Revenant,
a lot of,
which is all natural light, and it's like nature. And,
yeah.
Is that like that sort of thing?
Oh, like the New World. I mean, that's a Terrence.
Yeah.
Right.
Terrence Malick.
And so that's got a lot of like.
It says F1 is available on Apple TV and Amazon Prime.
Perfect. I have Apple TV and Amazon.
But you're going to reveal it tomorrow. Right, You're going to think about it and then reveal it tomorrow.
Yes.
We're all going to be surprised.
So just make sure you watch Garfield before 5 p.m. tomorrow. Is the only thing.
I'm going to watch Garfield.
Do I have to watch the first Garfield movie to understand Garfield 2?
No, absolutely not.
Too bad. I wish it was like that. It should be like that. You should get punished.
Sweating.
We make the
only... too, like Marty in this movie.
You know what Marty would do? He would make the only serial narrative ongoing drama on Twitch. And he would make the only musical on Twitch.
We're the opposite of Prince Andrew. We sweat. He doesn't sweat.
He doesn't sweat.
Prince? He's not a prince anymore.
He's not a prince. He's just Andrew.
Just Andrew.
That look on his face when they're in that picture, with that with the shock in his when he's like he realizes he's going to be living in a fucking concrete box.
He looks exactly like his dad. Classic. It's hilarious.
What a piece of shit.
Just an absolute. Yeah.
Golden Banana comes back Saturday on Golden Banana.
Watch it.
Like we're doing big things, big
we love
type
it.
Shit, big dick
Bye,
shit.
everybody. Bye.
Got a pair of Marty balls in my pockets for you.